एंड वेलकम गाइस। फ्राइडे की शाम आपकी मुलाकात होती है हर फ्राइडे उषा जी से। उषा जी जो कि एक साइकिक हैं, हीलर हैं, एंड शी आल्सो possesses clairvoyant power, a spiritual advisor who is right here in the Bay Area for you to ask any question you have in your mind. जो भी confusion, जो भी crossroads आप लाइफ में फेस कर रहे हैं, and if you need some solutions, some guidance, reach out to her directly 925-827-2033. Again, Usha ji's direct number is 925-827-2033. Every Friday, you listen to her live on Radio Zindagi in Dil Ki Baat, Usha ji ke saath. To know more about her, website is the best source, ushag.org and ushag.com, which is spelled as USHAJI.org and USHAJI.com. With that, let's begin. Hello and welcome, Usha ji. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to all of you, my dear listeners. We are running a little late today because I had technical issues on my end. So here we are. And of course, this is the beginning of the weekend for many of you. And I hope you have some great plans to go out and spend some time with your family and make some great memories. It's all about that. The moments that we can capture, the moments, the smiles, the laughter, and regardless whatever you're going through, it's a new day, it's a new opportunity to make some wonderfully happy memories. So regardless if you've had a cold war going on with your partner or you're upset with the kids. Yesterday I was talking to a very dear client of mine, and his child came in while he was on the phone, and he just called out and he said, "Is that you?" calling his child's name. And then he heard that it was, and he goes, "If you don't tell me you're not home, what do you think? I'm going to dream that it's going to be you or something else. Sapno mein dekhunga tu ghar aaya hai." And I was like, oh my God, your child came home after almost 6.5, 7 hours away from home. And he said, हाँ, पहले भी आपने मुझे बताया था, ऐसी बात मत करो. And I said, तो फिर क्यों कर रहे हो? And he goes, मैं नहीं change होने वाला. उनको, they have to accept, this is who I am. I said, come on now. This is he said, what did he say? And I keep telling everyone, I remind all our basic clients, you are not raising your children back in India where you were raised. You are raising American-born kids. These are kids that are born here. They're going to school here. They meet their friends here. They have a different concept versus what your concept was when you were little and you were growing up, whether it was a big city. I come from a very large city, right? I grew up in Karachi. Then we went to Mumbai. And both the cities are metropolitan hotspots, and there's, I don't even know kitni million unki population hai, but सड़कें इतनी busy होती है कि लगता है कि पूरी दुनिया की population उन 2 शहरों में थी, right? So it's like regardless, wherever you grew up, these are not the same times, you have to remember. And these kids that are growing up now, just like your Vedika, your children are little, even though your older one is becoming a teenager, etc., you still have a young one, right? They are AI and already like totally ahead of the game, and they have such a different concept about what their expectations are. But in the core of it all, in the basic way of it all, when you see your kids come home after school, pyar se. Always remember pyar se.
That's a must, definitely.
Because they came back home, and so what if you expect them and to be there, etc., and aake pehle aapse salam dua kare, na bhi kare. You don't know what their day was like, And they were out there in the big, wide world, fighting their own personal battles, जो भी है. हमको छोटी लगती है क्योंकि अब उनकी लाइफ में कौन सी इतनी बड़ी बातें हैं, right? But उनकी लाइफ
बड़ी है, yes.
उनके लिए बहुत बढ़िया. So remember, they come home and you tell them, welcome, I have missed you, I love you, come and give me a hug, right? And that's what I told my client, and I've known him for a long time. And because अब मैं 50 का होने वाला हूँ, अब भी मुझे डांट रहे, मैंने कहा वैसे ही दिया करो, तुमसे हमेशा डांट ही मिलोगी.
Usha ji, there is a caller waiting. Can we quickly?
हाँ जी, let's take the call.
Hello, you're on air with Ushaji. Thanks for holding.
No worries. Hello उषा जी, नमस्ते. नमस्ते बेटा, क्या नाम है आपका? शोभा. शोभा, आपकी एज क्या है बेटा? 56. 56. कहिए बेटा, क्या सवाल है? आज भी मैं सवाल मेरे हस्बैंड के लिए. He is 66 मुझे उनकी उम्र बताएं. मेरे पास पेन पेपर भी नहीं है. न टाइम है इतना रेडियो शो पे कि आई डू मेंटल मैथ. ओके, सो क्या एज क्या है? 66. So his age is 66. Okay, and क्या नाम है उनका? रमेश. And क्या सवाल है बेटा? सवाल ये है कि वो 3 दिन से हॉस्पिटल में एडमिट है. I'm so sorry. What happened? हार्ट प्रॉब्लम है उनको. 8 साल पहले बाईपास की हुई थी. एंड अभी बस लास्ट मंथ भी गए थे तो एंजियोग्राम वगैरह किया उन्होंने. तो कुछ स्टन वगैरह डाला नहीं. एक वो लोशन जो है वो राइट साइड में ग्लास नजर आ रही है. Call me directly, data. Call me directly. I am seeing so many different things, and I need to know what his ejection fraction is. So वो EF का बता रहे हैं, this and that. Why don't you call me directly? He's in the hospital. This is serious. You call me directly, beta. Thank you so much for listening and calling in.
If you would like to connect with Ushaji directly after the show, call कीजिए 925-827-2033. अगर शो के दौरान कोई क्विक क्वेश्चन है आपका तो अभी कॉल कर सकते हैं. We still have time in the show. 510-770-1550. That's studio line's number. You can give us a call right now. Ushaji is live on air with us. Again, the studio line number is 510-770-1550. And Usha ji से directly connect करने के लिए उनकी website is also the best source where you will get the contact information and everything you would like to know about her. Usha ji, I was about to say, when we were talking about this, that we need to be mindful about how people are dealing with their everyday, and at least ghar should be the safe place, the gentle place where everybody look forward coming back to. This is so important and it is so easily neglected. हमें लगता है कि yeah,
I agree. I agree.
And there is so much happening in each and everyone's day, and we want some comfort when we go back to our family, and for the kids, I think it is most important.
Absolutely, very important that they know it's their safe place, but naturally that is where discipline takes place for the kids, right? That is where the mother is upset if they didn't put their laundry away, or I was talking to a client and her biggest peeve with her child, and she's not even a teenager, she's younger, is that the laundry when it's washed and dried and folded and is just lying in the room. And I said, so why is it bothering you? She goes, why can't she put it inside a closet, right? She's got shelves. She knows where her shirts go and her pants go and her jackets go. Why are they there? And because of that, like first thing in the morning she's upset. Last thing at night she's upset, right? And I said, why is it so important to you? She goes, because the room should be neat and tidy. Now, that is something that I went through too with my kids. And there was a very big lesson in it for me. And I was like, this is their room. This is their kingdom. Right? And if they want to leave it the way they want it, I mean, of course, we have to remind them, mere kapde bahar karo, saaf kapde andar rakho, right? Things like that. Basically, it is their room. And we have to remember that. And I think many of my Desi parents, even having teenagers, don't realize that if they can shut the door, then a parent has to knock on the door before they enter or ask permission. And so many of my Desi, kyun? Hamara ghar hai? Maine kaha, uska kamra hai. That space is reserved for your child. And they feel that, no, I can just go in and out whenever I want. And I'm like, when the door is shut, knock before you enter. Right? Such a simple thing. But people forget that this is the respect that they're showing their kid, that it's okay, this is your room, this is your space. And if it bothers you so much, don't go in your child's room. End of matter. Right? If the laundry is lying and she said her daughter has 2 beds in her room, so the laundry is lying not on the bed that the daughter is using to sleep in, but is lying on the other bed. And I said, then even more so, why does it bother you? You know? And she was like, bhai, saaf kapde hote hain to rakhna padta hai. I agree, if that is what you want to do.
Right.
But you cannot impose it and make it the big pivotal point कि जब रोज उसी बात पे झगड़ा हो रहा है. Right. उसी बात पे चिड़चिड़ हो रही है. Then where is the time to have a great conversation? Where is the time to enjoy each other's company? Because now you're churrified for full day long rather than
जी, बिल्कुल. Usha ji, we have a caller waiting.
हाँ जी.
Hello, you're on air with Usha ji. Thanks for holding.
Thank you. नमस्ते उषा जी.
नमस्ते बेटा. क्या नाम है आपका?
जयराम.
जयराम. जयराम बेटा, आपकी एज?
55.
55. बोलिए बेटा, क्या सवाल है?
I'm looking for an employment and I'm not getting anything so far.
Oh my goodness. So how long have you been unemployed?
2 years.
2 years. That is a long time, Jairam. And what was your last job, beta? क्या कर रहे थे?
I was working for the bank
What was your title?
as a senior manager.
I'm so sorry, what was that?
Senior manager.
Senior manager at the bank. Okay, so were you laid off or did you quit?
It was a merger, so I got
Laid off.
related.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's see. And have you had any interview recently?
Not very recently, but it was in last year, last October, November time frame.
October, November, so it's been few months, 2-3 months, right? Okay, beta, let's look at you. Jairam, and your birthday?
May 25th, 1970.
May 25th, 1970, Jairam looking for a job. And let's see. And so you're specifically looking in banks?
No, I'm open for other industries as well.
Okay. Okay, good. So let's see if you will land a job anytime soon. Since you're open to any industry, it shows me it's something totally different. So I keep seeing a flag. That means it's a county or a state job. So put your focus on those areas. And it's a different job. But it is definitely in a supervisory position. But it shows me with the flag beta. So start looking state and county or federal and apply there. And then that will give you, but it shows me after April. So there's still a few months. Good luck. Good luck, beta. Thank you for listening and calling in. You're very welcome.
To all the listeners tuned in, let me remind you once again, शो सुन रहे हैं आप दिल की बात उषा जी के साथ, जहां आप कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं उषा जी के साथ on air. If you are comfortable asking the question, we have 5 more minutes. 510-770-1550. But that's just for one quick question. If you would like to connect with her in detail, आप बात करना चाहते हैं for a complete consultation, 925-827-2033. That's the direct number, 925-827-2033. Or you can email her, usha@ushag.org. Or website unki, as I remind you again, that's the best source for all the information about her, about the sessions, about how to connect with her, ushag.org and ushag.com. So Usha ji just left with 5 more minutes in the show.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to call, they can. And I feel bad for the first caller because, you know, her husband is hospitalized and she's got a lot of stress on herself. But I saw so many details that I don't feel comfortable sharing all the health issues and details on air. And I think health is, you know, it's such a personal fact, especially with someone already hospitalized, that the person needs to. So Shobha, if you're listening to the show, do give me a call on my private number, 925-827-2033. My fees have not changed in over 10 years now. And I think last year I was like, you know, everything has gone up. Everything, right? It does not cost the same amount to feed the family like it did 10 years ago. And I was like, I need to stay up with the times and change my fee structure, but I haven't gotten around to it. So it's one of the things I haven't. So take advantage. Call me now before the fees go up. You know, कोई इतनी ज़्यादा थोड़ी जाएंगी. You know, I think in the last 40 years, I've only probably gone up $2. You know.
Oh my God.
So definitely, you know, utilize this time and give me a call, regardless if it's something that is bothering you and you're worried about it, or something new that has come up. Like if my heart goes out to the last caller, 2 years to be without work, and then all the stress of it, looking and not, you know, getting something. And so I can imagine how worried that person must be, right? And there are so many questions that people have, and not only about prediction, because it's about receiving unbiased, objective advice from someone who can really truly see what's going to be happening in a person's life, what's going on in their bodies, what's going on emotionally in the people in their that they're connected to, their loved ones, their family members, or inside or outside their home. There are so many things go on. And so the visions I get are all to help you, my dear listener. They're not for me, they're for you. I'm just a translator. I'm just a messenger. And so there is a lot of counseling that happens when people get that insight and advice on what to do, how to do, what kind of results to expect if you take certain actions. So absolutely email me, ushaji.org, like Vedika repeated. My website is ushaji, ushaji.org.com. And of course you can reach me on my direct number, 925-827-2033.
Ji Ushaji, and we just are left with 1 more minute. We are getting a call, but I think we cannot take just 1 more minute left. So listeners, do connect Ushaji with Ushaji directly by calling her 925-827-2033. We'll be back next Friday, same time, 3:30 to 4 p.m. on Radio Zindagi. और जैसा कि उषा जी हमेशा कहती हैं कि she is right here. वो यहीं पर हैं, बहुत करीब हैं, just a phone call away. अगर आपका कोई भी question है, relationship, job advancement, or maybe you're looking for some investment and you just want some yes or no's, so do call, do connect with her. Thank you so much for joining us on air, Usha ji. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely, and of course you can visit me in Walnut Creek. I'm not that far. So
I would love to. Yes.
Yes. Have a wonderful week, Beta.
You too, Usha ji.
Hare Ram.